The estimated poverty rate of Native Americans living on reservations is nearly double the national average and the highest in the U.S. While these statistics alone are startling, a closer look at the unemployment rates on rural reservations are even more frightening. By way of example, the Blackfeet Indian Reservation in Montana is plagued with a 69% unemployment rate. The Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota, 85%. These are just a few examples of the grinding poverty on some of America's Indian reservations, many of which resemble small third world countries in the middle of the wealthiest nation on earth. Contrary to popular belief, the overwhelming majority of American Indian tribes are not wealthy by virtue of government aid or casinos. For many tribes, remotely placed homes and communities simply hinder economic growth. I know these statistics not because I felt compelled to study Native American people, but rather because I was raised on one of the poorest reservations in this country. I've lived through and witnessed the effects of poverty in my very own community. Yet, even with a bevy of disheartening statistics, there are things numbers cannot quantify, and that's strength and resilience. And through this strength and resilience, TPMOCS has found a solution to combat poverty in these isolated communities. There are 566 tribes in the United States, which collectively include more than 5 million Native American people. Of that 5.2 million, 1.14 million are living on reservations with a growing population. The unemployment rates on many of these rural reservations are as high as 60 to 90%. TPMOCS is actively working to create jobs for these Native American men and women. In our pilot phase with the Blackfeet, we've done this through training our artisans to create authentic, modernly designed children's moccasins that we then connect to consumer demand. In addition to creating jobs, we go a step further by using a portion of our profits to purchase necessities for underprivileged children living in these rural communities. In our pilot stage, our employment has reached 3 artisans that on average support 7 dependents. More than 20 family members are positively affected by this increase in income. And with TPMOC's additional give back to the community business component, we've been able to purchase diapers, clothing, formula, and other much needed items for 60 children. This has allowed us to impact 83 people on the Blackfeet Indian Reservation. And while we are just completing our pilot phase, the impact is meaningful, as noted by one of our newest artisans. I want to work to support my family, but there are no jobs. People tell me to leave the reservation, but my family has been here for hundreds of years. Working with TPMOCS means I can provide for my family and live in my community. I'm thankful. To satisfy consumer appetite, we utilize our Chief Product Officer's extensive fashion experience to trend forecast by analyzing fabrics, colors, and patterns for the upcoming seasons. Simultaneously, our team conducts in-season and hindsight analysis to obtain consumer purchase data. These actions ensure our designs are meeting customer demands. In connection with our marketing analysis strategy, we've created an operational plan that streamlines the production process while still allowing for each pair of moccasins to be cut, sewn, sinewed, and branded by our artisans. The process implements efficiency and uniformity for mass production while ensuring authenticity and quality. An internet search will reveal several competitors, but when you take a closer look at the details, it becomes readily apparent that TPMOCS stands out for a variety of reasons. First, we are one of only 2 companies that employ Native American artisans. However, of the 2, we're the only company in the market committed to bringing sustainable employment to underserved Native American reservations. Second, we're the only company producing children's moccasins that actually gives back. With each pair sold, we earmark a portion of the profits to purchase necessities for vulnerable children. And third, our moccasin pattern is truly unique. Many of our competitors utilize the exact same pattern with simply a variation in color. Our pattern is exclusive to TPMOCS. Frankly put, you won't find it anywhere else. To capitalize on our unique competitive advantages and to aid in our expansion efforts, we've set 4 strategic initiatives for 2017. We are seeking $160,000 in grant monies to open a workshop furnished with new equipment on the Blackfeet Reservation. Further, we'll hire a full-time on-site workshop manager as well as our chief product officer. The workshop and full-time staff will streamline our production process to ensure quality control and proper artisan training. This will ultimately result in shorter production times and the ability to meet consumer demands generated by our new resale channel partnerships. In addition to the 2 sales channels we currently have, we expect to add another 2 by the end of 2017. To date, we've reached consumers throughout the world. We currently sell widely within the US, Canada, Europe, and even Australia. With a limited budget in our 2016 pilot phase, we were able to move 200 units within a matter of months while obtaining 50% margins on average. Our beautiful products blended with a social pledge has rendered a reseller opportunity in Canada, an offer for introduction to Nordstrom buyers, and an ongoing dialogue with a celebrity-endorsed marketplace to add our moccasins to her online store. Upon implementing our 2017 strategic initiatives, we'll be in a greater position to capitalize on these incredible opportunities, expand our presence in new territories, and ultimately increase sales. With an increased presence in the market, we expect to increase sales to 650 units in 2017, 2,000 in 2018, and 5,000 by 2019. Accordingly, our impact in Native American communities will move from 83 in 2016 to over 2,100 by 2019. With our roadmap to expansion, we'll expand TPMOCS brand awareness by way of targeted marketing and an increase of resellers throughout the US, Canada, and Europe. We'll do this by increasing our presence on social media, through SEO, attending trade and trunk shows, and through appearing in various magazines and blogs. Our business model is appealing to retailers because it appeals to their conscious consumers. While we are currently producing and providing opportunities on the Blackfeet Reservation, we'll ultimately expand into additional geographical locations to meet consumer demand and increase impact where most needed. In 2018, we plan to employ artisans on the Flathead Reservation in Montana and the Turtle Mountain Reservation in North Dakota in 2019. In conducting research, we've identified a market of over 100 million US consumers, 12.2 million Canadian consumers, and 171 million European consumers. Our target market identifies socially conscious consumers who have an interest in using their purchase power to positively impact disadvantaged communities. Looking back in life, I recognize that my family survived on very little. However, despite obstacles, my mother reinforced the significance of our tribe's history and the importance of giving back. And while I am one of the few from my community fortunate enough to thrive despite hurdles, I am not the only one capable of doing so. This company would not be possible without our artisans who take great pride in sharing their traditions. Further, our partnership with the Blackfeet Early Childhood Center is essential to our mission. They too are deeply committed to children who will ultimately serve as our future leaders. Patricia Carine, my co-founder and chief product officer, has been instrumental in our success. In acquiring her in-depth experience in the fashion industry, she has served as the director of operations and vice president of Vibe Activewear, a fashion startup specializing in high-end athletic wear for women. She had served as a merchandiser at Gymboree, where she was responsible for seasonal product development and hindsight analysis of sales. And importantly, she has worked within ETAM, her family business with over 90 years of experience in retail. Together, We are deeply committed to tackling social issues facing Native American communities and take great pride in launching TPMOCS. While I know there are many causes in need of support, I thank you for choosing one so close to my home and my heart. With your help, together we can place tools and resources into the hands of some of those most affected by poverty. Thank you.